Now on CoastTV News.
A cold rain continues to fall across Delmarva this morning. Temperatures continue to rise above the freezing mark. So just plain rain the rest of this morning, ending later on with more wintry weather this weekend. Details coming up.
Road worries as we start with those wet conditions. We check out the highways and the effort made in advance to get ahead of the winter weather.
And it's so sad, it's sad and it's good at the same time.
Reaction after ICE arrest, the concerns for some in the Latino community with what is being said by law enforcement.
Pause on DQ bill plans. Why start of construction for the Dairy Queen proposed for Milton is being delayed.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And it is Thursday, February 6, 2025. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, I'm Lisa Weber. Thank you for joining us for our 5 o'clock hour.
Winter saying not so fast after we had those couple of mild days. We do have first alert conditions today, but it's not for the white stuff.
It is not. You said you had a little frost on your car this morning.
Yeah, a little film of ice, but I think if I had gone out maybe an hour after that,
that's when
it probably would have been gone. So.
Yeah, I only had some raindrops on my car, but enough of us. Let's bring in the expert. Bob, tell us about this lovely weather today.
Lovely.
It's just gorgeous out there. What a beautiful start. Good morning, Elisa and Matt. Yeah, it was a close call this morning. I woke up at 33 in Millsboro with just plain rain, and Matt mentioned closer to Milton, 32 degrees. So we did have a little bit of ice, but now it's just plain rain as temperatures have moved above that critical 32-degree mark. Plain rain across much of Sussex County now, and some of that is heavy at times. Salisbury over to Berlin and along the coast, you're in the rain as well. Watch for ponding on the roads, limited visibility. Pack your patience this morning. We've got the rain across the eastern shore as we're starting to see that freezing line moving to the north and some of that ice retreating now, but we're seeing that ice along the I-95 corridor, far northern parts of Delaware into the Philly area and back into Pennsylvania. That's where they're seeing a serious ice storm there. But for us, it's just plain rain, and this is a big system, and we're in the rain here for a few more hours. Temperatures above that critical 32-degree mark, 35 in Delmar, 34 in Georgetown, Ocean City, 38 in Bethany Beach, 37 in Indian River Inlet, and those temperatures will continue to rise with the wind coming off the ocean. Still a winter weather advisory for inland Sussex County, but I think we can relax a little bit because temperatures are rising. But for the eastern shore from Cambridge up to Easton, still a winter weather advisory there, and we're more into the ice farther back to the west, a bigger ice storm across the mountains. But for us, temperatures rising through the 30s and 40s this morning. That rain, heavy at times, could see some breaks too. And then I think the rain ends later in the morning, and then by the afternoon, some drying and clearing with temperatures near 50 degrees. But be careful out there. Leave extra time to get to work or school with the rain, but it does end later in the morning. We're not done there. More wintry weather, I believe, as we go into the weekend. Your full forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, looking forward to that. Thank you, Bob. Let's check out some of the road conditions this morning. This is Dewey Beach at Coastal Highway in the Bellevue Street intersection. You can see the roads are wet. No, as Bob was saying, not a lot of snow or ice. We're at that above freezing mark there. So another area of concern is the Bay Bridge. And Elisa, what do you have there?
Yeah, Matt, for people who are headed to Baltimore or Washington this morning, as we can see, there's already some cars out. Here's the latest on the westbound lane of that bridge just before the tolls in Anne Arundel County. And as you can see, cars are driving, again, like Dewey. You can see that road is a little shiny there with some of that water on the road. So just drive with caution this morning.
Yeah, after checking DelDOT and MDOT, we're not seeing any big issues on the road so far this morning. But in the lead up, road crews on Delmarva were getting ready, and as you can see from our coast copter, a DelDOT surface treatment truck was on the job Wednesday. And with that, a number of schools across Delmarva are closed or operating under a 2-hour delay. We got a couple of them to tell you about. So far, Early College High School says it is open, but this is on a 2-hour delay. Also, Queen Anne's County schools will open on a 90-minute delay, and you can find this and other closings and delays right now at the bottom of your screen.
Good news for all the wine lovers on the coast and near Milton. After being shut down for nearly 14 months, Twin Branch Winery in Milton is finally ready to open its doors. This after their site plans were approved by the Sussex County Planning and Zoning Commission. In their second to last step of this long process, winery co-owner Wayne Hawkins is preparing for the reopen and says there isn't much left to do before the big day.
A lot of dust, but other than that, we're just, we put curtains up on the outside to accommodate people in inclement weather. And I don't think there's anything else, just cleaning up and rocking and rolling.
The final step for the winery is approval from the ABC to reinstate their liquor license, and doors are expected to open next Thursday.
New this morning, upgrades for the Mystic Harbor wastewater treatment plant in Worcester County. They're getting a look at this afternoon. The Planning Commission will consider adding to the master plan interconnections, also water plant updates, along with a new section of relief sewer main installation.
The reality of a Milton Dairy Queen will have to wait after a recent decision by town officials. The Planning and Zoning Commission tabled the preliminary site plan application for that business on Route 16 in front of the Cypress Grove housing development. On January 21st, the commission members agreed that they could not move forward with it until Dairy Queen provided extra information on light plans and depictions of water and sewer lines. There was also concerns about the location of the loading area, which would be located right in the middle of the drive aisle between Dairy Queen and its neighbor, Dunkin' Donuts.
Got an update on a story that we brought to you this week. Police in Georgetown say they informed the public about the recent ICE investigation for transparency reasons. In a statement, Georgetown police say ICE agents arrested a fugitive within town limits, but could not give any specific details. Lieutenant Joel Diaz tells Coast TV the notification was sent out for clarity in a sea of rumors and not to intensify worries. But some in the Latino community say their fears are at an all-time high.
I speak with my clients every day and they say like, oh my God, I'm so scared because I don't know what happened with me. I don't know what happened with my family. Like I have so many things in here and it's so sad. Like it's sad and scary at the same time.
Yeah, among the nationwide arrests ICE reported on Wednesday include an alleged MS-13 gang member in Baltimore, an illegal immigrant found in Utah accused of child sexual abuse, and an illegal immigrant in Texas accused of domestic violence and a DUI. Now taking a live look at the White House, where the Trump administration is finding more examples of what they consider wasteful spending of taxpayer dollars. This after finding that millions was spent on cash vouchers for migrants at the southern border.
And NBC's Alice Barr shows us Trump continues to follow through with those campaign promises that got him elected as Democrats continue to be vocal in their opposition.
Fighting back against.
From the Senate floor,
we need to be furious, we need to be alarmed,
to the streets. Protest to President Trump's policies is growing louder. And now, in response to a lawsuit over federal privacy laws, the administration is agreeing to some guardrails on Elon Musk's power, temporarily blocking staffers with his cost-cutting Department of Government efficiency from accessing Treasury payment systems. Musk's team is working to shrink the federal workforce, offering widespread buyouts. The National Security Agency, the latest joining the list overnight. The Office of Personnel Management says more than 40,000 federal workers have taken the offer. Today is the deadline to accept. Education Department officials warning staff the deals could be rescinded. Democrats echoing that.
For the people who are taking potentially Trump's illegal buyout offer, which there is no funding for at all, to think twice.
Republicans defending Musk's work.
It's not. I call it stewardship. I think they're doing right by the American taxpayer.
At the same time, the administration walking back parts of President Trump's controversial comments on the U.S. taking ownership of the Gaza Strip.
Everybody loves it, but this is just not the right time. But we'll maybe do something later. This is a very...
Arab countries, the president wants to take in displaced Palestinians, and lawmakers in both parties pushed back on his proposed redevelopment of the war-ravaged territory. He did not rule out sending U.S. troops.
We'll do what is necessary.
The White House clarifying President Trump has not committed to boots on the ground in Gaza and that the U.S. would not pay to redevelop it. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
We're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News today.
Yeah, coming up, more expensive marina in Ocean Pines, why some think an increase in slip fees actually could help the area.
Also, a job fraud fiasco. We'll tell you how one Millsboro woman is getting back on her feet after an employment scam changed her life.
But first, attention on adoption. We'll show you this tiny star, how it's encouraging people to adopt their next furry friend. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico.
Hi y'all, it's April from Coast Country, and every Tuesday I get the honor of highlighting an amazing teacher right here on Delmarva with Teacher Feature. If you know a teacher who deserves some extra love, those who go above and beyond every day, head to coastcountry.com and nominate them today. Then tune in each Tuesday to hear their story. Teacher Feature right here every Tuesday at 11 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. Sponsored by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning and Vernon Powell Shoes.
Stay tuned to get a free automatic toilet bowl cleaner from Mermaid. Your sink stopper's broken, and fixing a drain is a pain. Introducing Mermaid Drain Magic, the instant solution to most broken drains. Just remove and replace. In seconds, you can fill and drain with a simple press of a button. Drain Magic makes replacing your old, broken, rusty, even missing sink stoppers fast and easy. Drain Magic's anti-clogging basket helps prevent clogs in your sink, catching hair, food, even jewelry. Made with brass and chrome and a silicone gasket, it creates a watertight seal. Order your Mermaid Drain Magic today for only $19.99 and get a Mermaid Toilet Bowl Cleaner absolutely free. Drop it in the tank for up to 3 months of cleaning. But wait, this could be your last chance to get Drain Magic at this low price with free toilet bowl cleaner. There's a strict limit of 3, so order now.
Call 1-800-944-6857 or visit getdrainmagic.com. So call 1-800-944-6857 or visit getdrainmagic.com now.
Did your mother like him?
She should have listened to Mom about her ex.
What did you do with the $1,100? Perfect!
Judge Judy.
Thursday at 2 on Coast TV.
The Super Bowl is just days away, but for animal lovers, there's another big game to watch, the Puppy Bowl. And this year, one local pup is going to be in the spotlight. In this week's Coastal Connections, we introduce you to Mindy, a tiny but mighty star.
This is Mindy, and she's our amazing Puppy Bowl star.
Mindy's story started small, literally.
She was only days old and just tiny little puppy.
Found helpless and alone, she was brought to the Brandywine Valley SPCA needing a second chance.
Good Samaritan brought her in.
And shelter life can be unpredictable. Some pups wait years for a home. But for Mindy, her future changed the moment she met shelter manager Vanessa Gonzalez.
Someone just brought her into me in my office and was just like, look at this little tiny thing. And I was like, I'm fostering it.
After humble beginnings, now Mindy has made it all the way to the big leagues.
She's just ready to watch herself on TV.
The Puppy Bowl showcases 142 pups from 80 rescues across 40 states, including Mindy, one of 3 representing Brandywine. But she's not just a player, she's a standout.
She's one of just 11 that are special needs, and you can see she's got some visual impairment there.
The SPCA hopes the Puppy Bowl reminds people, adopt, don't shop.
We provide them with everything they need. They still need somewhere warm and, something they can call forever.
Because for these pets, finding a home is a real game changer. Touchdown! For Coastal Connections, I'm Christina D. Robertus.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
Shower your home with love with a new bath from Baths by Spicer Brothers. Our factory-trained experts can transform your space into one you'll love in as little as 1 day.
And with our price match guarantee and our done right guarantee, you can have peace of mind knowing your new bath or shower will last a lifetime. Right now, get 50% off installation, plus take advantage of no interest and no payments until 2026.
Call to schedule your free in-home consultation. Baths by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, the countdown is on for the big game. We talk about the predictions. Plus, thinking about retirement, we've got the top destinations. And in Spill the Tea, is fast food a parenting fail? Today at 4 on Coast TV.
It's the incredible Red Dog, the amazing universal socket tool that fits, grips, and tightens virtually any fastener. Look at all the different sizes and shapes, nuts, bolts, and screws. Any head will do. Red Dog grabs on tight and locks into place fast. It replaces hundreds of different tools, yet it's smaller than a battery. 54 telescoping steel pins mold around any object. Then, up to 150 pounds of torque knock out rusted fasteners. You can get Red Dog for just $19.99. Breaking news: Red Dog may be discontinued. Due to supply chain shortages, Red Dog is stopping manufacturing immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 per order while supplies last. Order now.
Call 1-800-519-7208. That's 1-800-519-7208 or visit byreddog.com. Call 1-800-519-7208 now.
Get the CoastTV First Alert Weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free CoastTV First Alert Weather app, sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
We're approaching 5:16 on this Thursday morning. We're getting a live look now at a wet morning, rain hitting the lights there along the canal in Lewis. And Bob, we were concerned that there could be some sort of ice rain overlap during this part of the morning when we were talking yesterday, but just rain right now.
Yeah, it was a close call, Matt. You had mentioned in the northern part of Sussex County, we had a little film of ice. Farther south, I saw this morning, we were just above freezing at 33, and now we're a couple degrees warmer than that. So temperatures are on the rise, but we continue with the yellow alert because areas around the eastern shore, points north, could be a little icy this morning. If not, we're looking at, well, the roads that are looking at ponding and maybe some flooding as we have steady to heavy rain. Drive with caution, delay travel if you can. Some of those roads could be slippery, maybe heading towards the Bay Bridge and farther north towards Newcastle County. Otherwise, ponding and some local flooding and mainly morning rain, and then that rain tapers off as we go into the noon hour. Temperatures are above that critical 32-degree mark. Even Redden, 33, 35 in Milton, 35 in Delmar, Salisbury, 34, upper 30s from Ocean City to Rehoboth. So it's just a cold rain that's not freezing, just plain rain right now. And some of that is coming down at a moderate pace near Seaford right now. So wet roads everywhere. Highway 9 and 113. Once again, watch for ponding and maybe a little bit of local flooding. Salisbury seeing the rain, Ocean Pines as well. And the eastern shore, I was seeing some pink here earlier up near the Bay Bridge and US 50, but now it looks like you're into plain rain as that ice has started to retreat back to the north and west along the I-95 corridor, Newcastle County, southern Jersey, and it looks like much of Pennsylvania is iced in right now and back west of D.C. So if you're traveling there, it will be icy this morning. As we're watching this system heading our way, we still have a ways to go yet with the rain that is still moving through areas to our west. Winter weather advisory still until 8 a.m. for parts of Sussex County. Just wet roads now, and even for the eastern shore, you still have a winter weather advisory there. But I think even with temperatures above freezing, you're in better shape. It's farther to the west that we're looking at the ice across the mountains. Temperatures above freezing in the mid-30s with an easterly wind that will continue to warm us up. So 30s and 40s this morning with that rain heavy at times. By 8 a.m., we could be looking at some breaks as temperatures rise into the low 40s. And if it's not a steady rain, it's probably drizzle, maybe a little bit of fog, and still some rain around 11. And then we're starting to break out a bit. By the afternoon, I think we'll see some breaks in the overcast and temperatures in the upper 40s to around 50, and maybe some sunshine by the time the sun goes down. As we go into Friday, we're looking at temperatures starting out in the upper 30s, a gusty wind out of the northwest, and I think temperatures near 50 as we go into your Friday. As far as rain, we've already picked up about 1/3 of an inch, and we're going to see another 1/3 of an inch, so about 1/2 inch to an inch. We're not done there because we go into the weekend, and I think we're looking at a wintry mix developing later Saturday. Could be a little dicey on the roads, that turning to rain, and then we've got another system coming our way. It's dry Sunday, but then late Monday into Tuesday, we're looking at some snow possibly, then turning to rain, and boy, it's just a very active pattern. We have the yellow alert today for the morning rain, 50 degrees. We get a break Friday, 52, and then that wintry mix later Saturday, 41. We get a break Sunday, and then more rain and snow by Tuesday, and a high of 40. Congratulations to Kelly Mobius. Good timing on winning an umbrella. She's from Rehoboth Beach, and congratulations to her on her new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you, Bob. A Millsboro woman is trying to keep the faith after getting scammed. Take a look at this letter here after a check from scammers pretending to represent a pharmaceutical company. It's these two items that Katrina Dixon Parker from Millsboro thought was going to change her life.
And it did exactly that, but it changed in the worst way when she realized it was all a scam. CoastTV's Zakiya Jennings shows us how Katrina Dixon Parker of Millsboro says she was devastated after she was scammed out of a job that would allow her to care for her family.
Katrina Dixon Parker walks downstairs to her home office. She hasn't spent time down here since November of 2024. That's because she says she is a victim of employment fraud. Katrina has worked as a nurse for 20 years. For the last few years, she's worked from home to care for her family.
My mom is debilitated. I have a young daughter. And my husband had just had back surgery.
In November of 2024, Katrina was approached on LinkedIn by imposters who posed as recruiters of IBZA Pharma, a pharmaceutical company based in New Jersey. Katrina says she went through a phone interview, a written assessment, and was hired within days. Then, Katrina says the supposed company sent her a nearly $5,000 check to purchase a computer rather than sending the equipment themselves. She realized this was unusual and something was wrong. Katrina called the real company's human resources manager for answers.
She said, unfortunately there's no job, and those two women, they do exist, but you didn't talk to them, you talked to somebody else.
After speaking with the real company and her bank, Katrina learned she had not spoken with recruiters from the company. The scammers used the same names of people who really worked for IBZA, and the scammers had almost identical email addresses as real IBZA workers. Katrina says she's heartbroken by this experience.
I just feel like the carpet just was pulled out from underneath of me, and I'm afraid because I don't want to lose anything else. Especially my home.
CoastTV spoke with IBZA Pharma. In a statement, the company says IBZA Pharma is aware of employment scams which make false use of our company name or our employee names to defraud job seekers. IBZA has reported this activity to law enforcement. In an effort to avoid falling victim to this kind of scam again, Nicholas Hart, CEO of IBZA Pharma, says the company has put up a warning on its website about potential employment scams. Hart also told CoastTV that the company contacted LinkedIn to inform them about the scam. In the end, Katrina says she just wants to be able to purchase her own home and work there. For CoastTV News, I'm Zakiya Jennings.
Now, the good news here is that Katrina was not scammed out of any money. Incredibly, 2 weeks after the scam we just told you about, those same scammers apparently tried to scam Katrina a second time. This time she did not fall for it. Katrina says she's still applying for jobs so she can work from home.
And back in November, Delaware's court system warned the public about an uptick in phone scams where callers pose as court or law enforcement officials claiming people owe fines, miss jury duty, or have arrest warrants, all to trick them into spending money immediately. They emphasize that these are not legitimate and that the court representatives, law enforcement, and jury services will never demand immediate payment or direct to individuals of unofficial locations. And learn more about these scams, you can check out CoastTV.com.
More to come on CoastTV News today. More expensive marina. We'll tell you what other possible changes the Ocean Pines Association is considering, along with boat slip increases. Don't go anywhere.
At Coast Country, we're more than just music. We're a part of Delmarva's heart. Every month, Coast Country Cares, together with Spicer Brothers, steps up to serve our community. We're here helping local organizations and supporting our neighbors all year round. Join us in making a difference. Stay tuned to learn where we'll be next or visit coastcountry.com to see how you can be a part of our mission. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers, because we're Delmarva proud.
These fields are empty now, but soon they'll be alive.
Some teams can only dream to play it because they can't afford it. And that is why Toyota is sponsoring Delmarva's Dream Team.
We're looking for teams from any sport and any level. Each month, your Delmarva Toyota dealer will give one local team a $1,000 grant. And after the year, one finalist will receive an additional $3,000.
Nominate your dream team at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
DSN's Delmarva's Dream Team, sponsored by your local Toyota dealer.
Mark your calendars for the Children's Beach House Gala presented by Jack Wingo Realtors and Jack Wingo Asset Management on February 8 in Dewey Beach. This black tie evening features an open bar, auctions, dinner, and a performance by Kristen and the Noise. Your support helps empowered children with special needs to build confidence, develop leadership skills, and thrive in a caring community. For more info, visit cbhinc.org/gala or call 302-841-9639. Sponsored by CoastTV.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. It has the motor and blades built right into the lid, so blend a shake at the gym, make pina coladas by poolside, or grind coffee beans for an iced cold brew on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 with free shipping. You'll also get 2 sipping lids, a second container, and the sports lid. Get it all for just $29.99. Order now.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
It wasn't just the stars that lit up the night sky on Delmarva. Check out this video from Andrew in Long Neck. What you're seeing is the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket launch lighting up the sky. And this is all a part of the Maxar Mission 3, and it lifted off from Kennedy Space Center just after 6 p.m. on Tuesday night.
That is cool
Past
video.
my bedtime, I didn't see it.
I know, I saw the video. I got some other cool video for you here.
Cool.
Eagle fans on Delmarva are getting ready for Sunday. Check out this. This house put a gigantic eagle in the grass outside their house. Yeah, some hardcore Eagle fans there. Thank you, Amy C., for these photos.
I want to know how long that took. Well, boating is a lot of fun, but it's not always cheap. And in Ocean Pines, it could cost you more to park that seaworthy vessel of yours. According to the Ocean Pines Association, the 2025 budget plans to increase the marina slip from 10 to 12.5%. People planning to dock their boat this season can expect a $170 to $510 increase depending on the size of their boat. And one Ocean Pines local says a slight increase could actually help the community as a whole.
If it's still one of the more reasonably priced places to put your boat, I would think that that might be a good thing, because they obviously need to supplement their income to be able to run it the way they need to run it and provide good services and so on.
If Ocean Pines approves the increased marina slips, it will then go into effect this May. And some other proposed changes in the town's budget for town locals who want to use the racket sport facility on the single or spontaneous participation. The proposal is it'll cost $10. And for people visiting Ocean Pines, there's a proposal to change the drop-in rate for those sports from $15 to $13.
We are joined again by First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. Rainy day up and down the coast today.
I had to dig out my rain jacket. I did.
Yeah, it is a soaker. At least we're seeing those temperatures on the rise, and at the beaches, certainly very wet this morning. Lower 40s from Fenwick Island to Ocean City. I think we're still hanging on to some showers by noon, but then I think we'll see some afternoon sun with temperatures in the 40s. A rainy ferry ride up to Cape May, and temperatures above freezing this morning for Lewis and Rehoboth. I think showers tapering off around noon, and then some afternoon sunshine. On the bay side, Cambridge, you've got rain early, then some afternoon sun, mid-40s, and a rainy time of it in Crisfield, but drying out into the afternoon. Still a very active pattern, more wintry weather into the weekend. Details coming up in the next half hour.
On Coast TV News today, Milton Winery Win will tell you the next steps for the business that could lead to an opening this month.
Also, Dairy Queen decision, what information Milton officials say they need from this business before it becomes a reality in the town.
And DelDOT is getting ready for icy roads. We'll tell you everything you need to know about the severe weather happening across Delmarva. Coast TV News today, we'll be right back.
Taylor Swift's draw and the draw for concerts are so huge that it's not just about the ticket sales.
She's a business. From hotels to car rentals to restaurants.
Where is there not an effect?
The Swift Effect, Episode 3, The Swift Economy. This Saturday at noon on CoastTV. Sponsored locally on Coast TV by Pohanka Kia, delivering dreams to driveways.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess but end up with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Ruby Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning at 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Take it in the kitchen, where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. Get your Ruby Horsepower with 4 additional attachments, all for just $39.99. Great news! They're in stock and ready to ship. Due to high demand, only 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-455-0217. That's 1-800-455-0217 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-455-0217 now.
Don't miss the 42nd Annual Seaside Boat Show, February 14th through the 16th at the Ocean City Convention Center. The show that works for kids. Sponsored by the Ocean City Berlin Optimist Club. With over 300 boats and 140 vendors. See the new lines of boats and the latest in marine engines, electronics, and accessories. North Bay Marina is donating a Sweetwater pontoon boat with a Honda motor. So come on out to the #1 indoor boat show on the Eastern Shore, the Seaside Boat Show.
Now on Coast TV News.
A cold rain continues to fall across Delaware this morning. Delmarva temperatures this morning are on the rise above that critical freezing mark with just plain rain as we go through the rest of the morning hours. More wintry weather this upcoming weekend. Details coming up.
Readying the roads, crews worked ahead to get ahead of those potential icy conditions. And how are things looking as you get ready for your morning commute?
Wastewater plant upgrades. We look at what is being reviewed today in Worcester County.
Winery wins approval. What this business in Milton had to do in order to reopen later this month.
This is Coast TV News Today.
February 6, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we're approaching 5:32, and we know we have rain today, but it won't be a factor for the Eagles in the Super Bowl because that game's played inside.
There's a big debate that people don't actually like the dome stadiums, because especially in the Midwest, I know, because they like the snow. How do you
want a
feel
snow
about that?
Super Bowl?
It would be cool, but I know the Chiefs are used to it and the Eagles are.
They had that one Super Bowl in New York, but it is
fans,
actually a mild day when they had that.
No, I think it's worse for the fans. But Bob, do you have a take? Do you like to feel the weather elements if you go to a football game, or do you like to be in a dome?
Absolutely. You have to have some kind of elements, a little bit of wind, some rain, snow, sleet. That's just so sterile indoors, but hey, that's the way they want it, room temperature football. We're looking at a lot of rain out there this morning. The good news is temperatures have risen above that critical 32-degree mark, so it's just plain rain across Sussex County now. Wet roads 113 through Highway 9, US 13 as well, and then down into Maryland, US 50 from Salisbury out towards the coast. You're looking at rain, moderate at times, and then for the Eastern Shore, also very rainy. We had a little bit of ice earlier on across parts of the Eastern Shore in northern Sussex County. That's beginning to retreat now, far northern Delaware, southern Jersey, back through I-95. That's where the ice is, and then thicker ice back to the west. For us, it's just plain rain as temperatures are beginning to rise, and farther back to the west, still a lot of rain to come for us. As we're looking at temperatures above freezing now, around 34 in Georgetown, 35 in Delmar, and upper 30s at the coast. Winds are coming in out of the east, continuing to warm us up. Winter weather advisory, Sussex County, and this goes until 8 a.m., but the roads are just wet, not icy, so this may be allowed to expire soon, but we've got icier conditions farther to the north and west. As we'll see, temperatures continuing to rise this morning. We've got the rain, some breaks at times, and I think it'll end later in the morning, and by afternoon, temperatures close to about 50 degrees. Pack your patience this morning. Watch for ponding on the roads, maybe local flooding with the rain, and then much better conditions this afternoon and this evening with clearing skies.
Thank Thank you, Bob. And with a rainy morning underway, let's check out the situation on some of our roads. Here's what it's looking like on Route 1 in Rehoboth Beach. At the split right now, as you can see, those roads are a little glossy with some of that rain, but Matt and I were just checking the DelDOT website, and there are no road concerns right now. And Matt, what do you have?
Yeah, it's also the same with MDOT in Maryland. Let's go live to Salisbury. This is the area of Business Route 13 and Carroll Street. Kind of the same. You can actually see the clouds overhead there and those wet roads on a cold morning, and this does make for a cautious start for your commute.
And as the latest round of winter weather approaches, road crews on Delmarva are getting ready. DelDOT crews have already gotten a bit of a head start. As you can see on your screen from our CoastCopter, a surface treatment truck was on the job Wednesday. As Bob mentioned, Delaware and Maryland should get a bit of a brunt of that storm. And with that, a number of schools across Delmarva are closed or operating on a 2-hour delay. So far, Early College School says it will operate on a 2-hour delay. Queen Anne's County schools will open at 90-minute delay. And you can find these and more school closures and delays right now at the bottom of your screen.
New this morning, upgrades for the Mystic Harbor wastewater treatment plant. That's in Worcester County. They're getting a look at today. Actually, this afternoon, the Planning Commission will consider adding to the master plan interconnections, water plant updates, along with a new section of relief sewer main installation.
The reality of a Milton Dairy Queen will have to wait after a recent decision by town officials. The Planning and Zoning Commission tabled a preliminary site plan application for that business on Route 16 in front of the Cypress Grove housing development. On January 21st, the commission members agreed that they could not move forward with it until Dairy Queen provided extra information on light plans and depictions of water and sewer lines. There was also a concern about the location of the loading area, which would be located right in the middle of the drive aisle between Dairy Queen and its neighbor, Dunkin' Donuts.
Good news for wine lovers in Milton, grabbing a bottle or a taste at the Twin Branch Winery. That could be possible next week. And while it may have taken some time, the Twin Branch Winery is set to reopen very soon.
And the winery site plan is now approved, and the next step is getting their liquor license back. That owner says it will likely happen before next week. And CoastTV News reporter Brendan Conroy shows us how this has been quite a long process.
One step closer to welcoming customers and pouring the wine. And relief is in the air.
We've been working on this since she's 33, 34 for over 34 years.
The Twin Branch Winery in high spirits Wednesday afternoon after the Sussex County Planning and Zoning Commission approved their site plan. Co-owner Wayne Hawkins told CoastTV they have had this land for years, so finally being able to reopen means the world to him.
My daughter coming down the steps, obviously it's warm weather, and before we did any renovations to the building at all.
The winery had been shut down for 14 months due to issues with their conditional land use plan. They then had to make a handful of changes to fit with Sussex County regulations. General Manager Katie Hart says the journey ahead is clear.
We're just very excited to kind of get past the biggest hurdle and get towards the next step into reopening.
But some last few tweaks are still being done before opening day. When I spoke with Wayne, he told me that the conditional land use needed to have 75 parking spaces, and they have 35 over there. If you follow me right this way, you can see 40 more spaces are currently being built as we speak. So once opening day rolls around, more people can stop by for a glass of wine. The final step is getting their liquor license approved by Delaware's Alcoholic Beverage Control Commissioner. Once that happens, Wayne and the rest of his winery family can open the doors and pop some corks. For CoastTV News, I'm Brendan Conroy.
As long as everything goes well with the alcohol beverage control and their liquor license is reinstated, it might not be too long before the parking lot we just saw there is packed with cars and some thirsty customers. We're now taking a live look at our nation's capital. Federal employees, a number of them have been offered a deferred resignation package, and they have until the end of today to decide whether to accept it.
And Trump administration officials say they could face layoffs after that deadline, and the packages allow workers to quit now and get paid through September 30th. And the pseudo buyouts are a part of an effort to overhaul the government and rein in on spending. But some analysts worry they could end up costing money.
There is nothing bad about the politics of this right now, about going through the government and reporting to the American people, did you know your money's going here?
It's certainly not a cost-cutting measure to throw away decades of experience and millions of dollars in training.
Another concern is public safety, although military positions and other critical roles are exempt. The CIA says it's offering the packages to its entire workforce.
Got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, Long Neck Liftoff will tell you about the bigger mission this launch is a part of.
Also, Buccaneer domination, how Milford Wrestling is building momentum in the later part of the season. That's after a convincing win over Dover.
And Plow Contest concludes. We'll tell you the name of the winning truck chosen by DelDOT. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
These fields are empty now, but soon they'll be alive.
Some teams can only dream to play it because they can't afford it. And that is why Toyota is sponsoring Delmarva's Dream Team.
We're looking for teams from any sport and any level. Each month, your Delmarva Toyota dealer will give one local team a $1,000 grant. And after the year, one finalist will receive an additional $3,000.
Nominate your dream team at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
DSN's Delmarva's Dream Team, sponsored by your local Toyota dealer.
Buble is ruthless.
I used my block. I used it the right way. I used my block. I got you on my team today. And you're learning how to rap.
And not very well.
The Voice, new Monday on NBC and Peacock.
The world's worst serial killers broke free. The longer they're out there, the more dangerous they're going to become.
The Hunting Party, Monday on NBC and Peacock.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-0608. That's 1-800-263-0608 or go to vacutrim.com.
Coming up, Drew's in the kitchen with one of her favorites.
It's Carla Hall!
She's throwing down the ultimate comfort food for a cold winter day.
This is incredible.
Thursday at noon on Coast TV.
5:41 on this rainy Thursday morning. Hershey Exteriors cam. You can see the low-hanging clouds. 39 in Ocean City. We're above freezing, so it's just a cold rain. And boy, it's coming down in a good clip. It's some of these darker green colors, Sussex County back through Salisbury, Ocean Pines, and the Eastern Shore as well. All the pink, all the ice now is retreating back through I-95 and northern parts of Delaware. So if you're traveling north or west, watch out. We're looking at a lot of ice there. As temperatures have risen above freezing, upper 30s at the beaches. For the kiddos at the bus stop, I know we have some delayed openings this morning. Rainy and cold. Take it slow out there and bundle up. 35. Heading home, 47 degrees. With clearing skies. Call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone, another way to get your forecast, sponsored by Brockstead Mendalis Federico.
After getting the first accumulating snow in nearly 2 years, the Delaware Department of Transportation has announced the winners of this year's Name That Plow contest. Elementary school students across the state created some fun names. We have the winners in Sussex County, Blizzard Wizard by John M. Clayton Elementary, Kent County, Plowwana by Fairview Elementary, and in Newcastle County, I think this one's your favorite, Elisa, Control Salt Delete. That's by Jenny Smith Elementary.
When you walk into the Philly Pretzel Factory in Rehoboth Beach, you get hit with the smell of fresh baked pretzels and undeniable Philly fandom. Employees are hard at work making Eagles logo pretzels, Go Birds pretzels, and Eagles spelled out in, of course, a pretzel. The Lennoxes have owned this shop for 3 years now, and this is their second Eagles Super Bowl, and all hands are on deck for the big game.
We're not denying no orders. We're trying to get everybody in. We'll have a full crew working of 15 people, so we're ready to go. We're ready for an Eagles win and happy customers.
Now, fans of other teams can go to the Philly Pretzel Factory, but Chiefs fans, they must enter at their own risk.
Oh, boy.
And this is now going to bring us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, how many touchdowns will Matt's favorite Penn State alum, Saquon Barkley, score in the Super Bowl?
Well, he's also from New Jersey, so
He
I would
is.
think you get a little love from Elisa
All right,
as well.
partial love.
All right. Well, a lot of you are saying 47% of you are saying 2 touchdowns. I think that's been the consensus.
I'm going to agree with that.
3, you got 35% there. 0, 11%.
I think the 0 are Chiefs fans, right?
Yeah.
Voting?
Well, here's my prediction. And you
Okay,
can
all
clip
right.
this one. We can play it on Monday. I'm going Saquon 3 touchdowns, 130 yards or more rushing, and Super Bowl MVP.
All right, we'll see if Matt's right on Monday. Well, if you haven't voted yet, please do so on CoastTV.com or in our mobile app.
Some exciting changes. In addition to Saquon Barkley, we're talking shorebirds in the future of Purdue Stadium ahead for the 2025 baseball season. So we're going to check out some of those plans on your screen. This is from the stadium in Salisbury. The project includes a 9,000 square foot indoor performance center, along with renovations to weight rooms, bullpens, and more. Fans will be welcomed back into the stadium to experience new features. Opening day, love this, opening day baseball. That's on April 8th.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning. Milford aiming to improve to 500 on the season while taking on Dover last night on the wrestling mat at the home of the Buccaneers. A forfeit heavy meet, so we skip to 132. Dan McElwee is going to get a takedown for the Bucs in round number 1. He's able to hold down and finally gets the pin. Milford in front 27-0. We head over to the 138 weight class. It's Dover's turn now for some points. Here's Silas Sharenko bringing down his opponent in the second round, gets the pin, and that's 6 for Dover. We skip ahead to 157. Jamie White in front by a lot, and this takedown here is going to put him past the magic number, so Milford gets themselves a win, and it's 44-6. On to 175, and in the first 30 seconds of the match, Vernon Joseph is able to take down his opponent and lay him down until the ref calls the pin, and that's another 6 for the Dover Senators in this Henlopen matchup. Over at 190. It's going to be Milford's Brian Seward is down 2-5, but all of a sudden he gets a good hold of his opponent and he takes him down to the mat. He seems to have another good hold and he gets the pin for the win. Bucks up 56-12 after that play, and Milford wins this meet 68-12 against Dover. Staying in Henlopen wrestling, Woodbridge knocks off Sussex Academy 70-10 and wins their second straight matchup, improving to 14-4 on the season. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
Coming up tonight on DSN, your game of the night at 6 p.m., Indian River takes on Early College High School. Then for a recap of all of that action, it's the final score at 10:30. Along with that game of the night, we have a bunch of boys basketball mashups this evening. At 5:30, it's Cambridge, South Dorchester, and St. Michael's. Then at 6 p.m., Pocomoke faces James M. Bennett. At 6:30, it's Woodbridge and Lake Forest. And finally, at 7 p.m., Indian River plays Early College High School.
This is exciting news here. This Saturday, February 8th, DSN will be providing special coverage of the inaugural NCAA game at the stadium in Baltimore. Salisbury taking on, we're looking to start the season 2-0, and if you can't make it to Baltimore, you can watch that game live on DSN at 1 and stream it on the go with DSN Plus. If you've had a rough week, cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up now for free at CoastTV.com/sign up to get your weekly dose of joy directly into your inbox on Friday.
Cold rain continues to fall across Delmarva. Here's a dry tech cam looking gloomy. In Ocean City, 39. Temperature still rising above that freezing mark, so it's a cold rain that continues to fall this morning. Take it slow on the roads. The active weather continues into the weekend. Another chance of a wintry mix. I'll have the details on that coming up after the break.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We are Delmarva proud.
It matters when a new medication has you a little unsure, so the side effects are minimalized. But know you can always count on someone who is. Where you get your medicine matters.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, the countdown is on for the big game. We talk about the predictions. Plus, thinking about retirement, we've got the top destinations. And in Spill the Tea, is fast food a parenting fail? Today at 4 on Coast TV.
With all the choices of services on Delmarva, where do you even begin? Trust experts of various fields with Delmarva Experts. Sponsored by Kitchen Concepts Plus, Chesapeake Eye Center, Apple Discount Drugs, FLC Energy, Spicer Brothers Construction, Mattress Peddlers, Homewell Care Services, Robinson's Jewelry and Coin Shop, Mast Audiology Services, Riptide Restoration, and Delmarva Dave. Visit DelmarvaExperts.com for various local professionals offering the best of Delmarva. Delmarva Experts, local experts right when you need them.
An angry ex comes clean about playing dirty.
It wasn't my best moment. I've asked him multiple times to come get his stuff.
What you decided to do was to vandalize them and send him photographs of it.
And it wasn't the only time she lashed out.
She attacked me and punched me in the face, smashed my phone on the ground.
And she had blood on her hands, which I assume was yours, not hers.
Correct.
Next, Judge Judy.
Thursday at 2 on CoastTV.
Somebody's having a night tonight.
I love this wheel.
Thursday at 7 on CoastTV.
Get the CoastTV News app, the latest and most up-to-date stories for your coastal community. Download the CoastTV News app on your Apple or Android devices.
The time is now 5:50 and we are taking a live look outside at Ocean City on this beautiful, just kidding, rainy morning. And Bob, you have to be careful driving in this morning because of slick roads, but we're not dealing with ice on the roads, which is a really good thing.
Yeah, that is a great thing. Temperatures have been above that freezing mark, Elisa. It was a little dicey around 2 o'clock this morning. Temperatures hovering around that 32, 33 degree mark, but now we have risen above that by a few degrees. But we still continue the yellow alert for steady to heavy rain. Some ice north and west, well north, northern Delaware, and back through the I-95 corridor. So use caution there. Drive with caution. Some slippery roads, especially west and north, ponding on the roads with local flooding, mainly morning rain. I think we'll see that rain tapering off shortly before noon and then clearing skies. But we are above freezing for everybody, 33 in red and 34 with the rain in Georgetown. But it's a cold rain, 39 in Ocean City, 38 in Bethany Beach. And right now you can see the rain, some of the deeper green indicating some steadier to heavier rain around Laurel. 113 is a wet road, so is Highway 9, but it's wet. It's not icy with temperatures above that 32 degree mark. Salisbury is seeing the rain right out towards Ocean Pines and Golf Club Shores, and the Eastern Shore is wet. You had some ice earlier interior areas, but now that ice is retreating back through D.C., northern Delaware, southern Jersey, Philly. They're getting a pretty good ice storm across Pennsylvania and then back into the mountains west of D.C. as well as we're tracking a low pressure heading our way. It's a big mess of wintry precipitation all across the area and snow to the north up in New York and farther to the north. Now, we still have a winter weather advisory until 8 o'clock for Sussex County, but our roads are just wet, so this may be allowed to expire soon. The Eastern Shore still has a winter weather advisory, and those extend all the way from D.C. up to New York, and an ice storm warning farther to the west. It could see at least a half an inch of ice in the mountains of Pennsylvania. And we are above freezing, as we saw earlier on, with an easterly wind that continues to warm us up, so Futurecast has temperatures in the lower 40s as we go through the morning hours. So the cold rain and the temperatures continue to rise. We'll see breaks at times from this rain, and by 11, still hanging on to showers. Then I think they'll be diminishing around the noon hour. Winds coming out of the southwest, some breaks in the overcast, some evening sunshine, and temperatures in the upper 40s. I am concerned about some fog developing through the overnight hours. Watch for that into Friday morning with temperatures in the 30s and 40s, and then it's a breezier day on Friday. We get a break, partly cloudy, near temperatures near 50 degrees. We've already picked up about a third of an inch of rain, and we've got maybe another quarter to half an inch to add on top of that. And we've got more action headed our way on Saturday in the form of snow, rain, and wintry mix changing to rain. It's going to be a messy Saturday evening. We get a break on Sunday, then another system heads our way as we go into Monday night and Tuesday. Wintry mix and looks like snow turning to rain. That looks like the scenario now. And then that system exits, and there's another one after that. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Yeah, watch out this morning. Pack your patience. 50 with the morning rain. 52 Friday. And then that wintry mix later Saturday, 41. 50 on Sunday, and then another chance of rain and snow later Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday's high around 40 degrees.
Thank you, Bob. It wasn't just the stars that lit up the Tuesday night sky on Delmarva. Check out this cool video here. This was sent to us from Andrew in Longneck. And what you're seeing, that is the SpaceX 9 Falcon rocket launch lighting up the sky right there in the middle of your screen. This is part of the Maxar Mission 3, and it lifted off from the Kennedy Space Center just after 6 p.m.
Eagles fans on Delmarva are ready for Sunday, and check out this house. This was a huge, gigantic eagle in the grass outside of their home. Definitely some die-hard Eagles fans, that's for sure. Thank you so much, Amy, for sending us these photos.
And we're looking at a wet camera now in Lewis. See the raindrops on the Irish ice cam. The rain continues to come down. Pretty miserable out there. Take it slower on the roads. The active weather continues into the weekend. Another chance of a wintry mix, and then another storm next week can bring more rain and snow. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up after the break.
Taylor Swift's draw and the draw for concerts are so huge that it's not just about the ticket sales.
She's a business. From hotels to car rentals to restaurants.
Where is there not an effect?
The Swift Effect, Episode 3, The Swift Economy, this Saturday at noon on CoastTV. Sponsored locally on CoastTV by Pohanka Kia, delivering dreams to driveways.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
If you know a high school student on Delmarva with a passion for agriculture or the culinary arts,
nominate them to become a WBOC Mount Air Farm to Table Scholarship winner.
The people who grow and prepare our food are more important than ever.
We are looking for 10 graduating seniors with a passion for feeding the world like we do at Mount Air Farms.
Nominees must have a 3.5 GPA or better, be an active participant in farming or culinary programs, and spend time giving back to the community.
Go to WBOC.com to nominate today.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
This is the revolutionary socket fan by Bell & Howell. The amazing 2-in-1 ceiling fan and light. If you can screw in a light bulb, you can hang the socket fan light. Socket fan comes with this handy remote. You can control the light and the breeze that you need. Socket fan fits any standard light socket. You can do it yourself in less than 10 seconds.
And now, the socket fan lights with deep socket extender is yours for $49.95 with free shipping. Order now, and you can get a second fan for 50% off.
Get cool fast with socket fan.
Coming up, Drew's in the kitchen with one of her favorites.
It's Carla Hall!
She's throwing down the ultimate comfort food for a cold winter day.
This is incredible.
Thursday at noon on CoastTV.
The time is now 5:56, and we're going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet of the day is one wiener dog we are excited to see. That is Smokey the hot dog. Smokey loves the sun and spending time outdoors. This sizzling sausage was submitted to us by James in Salisbury. I didn't write that, but I approve of the script.
We want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
Yeah, scan that QR code at the top there. Get your friends to us here, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
The time is now 5:57, and we're going to want to bring your rain jacket this morning when you walk outside.
Hey, at least the concern is not the snow.
That is true.
Right. And Smokey needs that little hot dog bun coat.
He does.
A little mustard. No, and a raincoat too, yes. And be careful out there. We're seeing ponding on the roads. That rain's still coming down at a pretty good clip, and that'll be the case this morning. The good news is temperatures are above freezing. They continue to rise into the lower 40s. We end the rain around noon, and then some clearing into the afternoon, around 50 as we go into the afternoon. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. We get a break on Friday, 52. Another wintry mix later Saturday afternoon and evening. Keep that in mind for your plans. Dry Sunday, another wintry system on Tuesday with more rain and snow, and a little more rain just for good measure the day before Valentine's Day, which should be dry and 43.
Thanks, Bob. Coming up in our next hour, commuter conditions. We're going to check out some of the highways and what was done to limit the effect of potentially icy roads. That and more when Coast TV News Today continues.